Hello, I'm Matt DeFonzo, and welcome back to the Sports Desk for a very special edition of Sports with the Fonz. Today I sit down with Kevin Kostibos, head coach of the North 2 Group 3 football state champion Summit Hilltoppers. But first, we'll head over to the rink for some boys ice hockey. After being shut out by Scotch Plains to start the season, Governor Livingston is on a 3-game win streak heading into its December 13th game. But the Highlanders are no match for the Madison Dodgers, who are a stellar 5-0-0. That's 5 wins, no losses, and no ties after their victory on Wednesday, December 11th. Summit girls swimming is off to an undefeated start to their season after victories over Union and Plainfield. The Hilltoppers meet on Tuesday, December 10th was canceled, but the team will jump back into the pool on Monday, December 16th against Scotch Plains Fanwood. The year was 2009, and the Summit football team had just won its first state championship since 1994. No one could have known it at the time, but that victory was the start of a dynasty. The Hilltoppers have now made 4 state championship appearances in the last 5 seasons, winning 3 times. Their most recent victory was a rainy 16-13 win over Parsippany Hills for their second consecutive North 2 Group 3 state championship. Please stay tuned now as I sit down with head football coach Kevin Kostibos. I'm here now with Coach Kostibos, head coach of Summit Football. And Coach, thank you very much for joining us here today on the set.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And Coach, congratulations on your big win.
Thank you.
If I could get started, how does it feel to win the state championship in your first year as head coach?
It's an amazing feeling. I'll be very honest. I'm just very happy to be able to add to the tradition of Summit Football. It's a great program, and to be able to be as successful as we were first year out, there's really no word to describe what we were feeling that night.
Now, Coach, I was at the game, and there was, I'll be honest, it wasn't the best weather to be watching a football game in. Now, do you think that the weather was a factor at all in the way the ball was handled during the game?
Absolutely. I think the weather really stifled both offenses. When you're playing in 35-degree rain, it's going to affect the way that everybody plays. The passing game, our team along with Par Hills, I think had 2 very good passing games, and the weather kind of it took that out of our realm. But I think the fact that both of us had to deal with it, we both played, and I'm just happy we came out 3 points ahead.
And do you think that from what I saw, it seemed like Parsippany Hills dropped quite a few passes? I want to say 5 in the first half. Do you think that was due to the weather? Would you attribute it to
I contribute to a lot of things. I think the weather has a lot to do with it. I think we were playing, I thought, very good pass coverage. We were bringing a ton of pressure, and we made them do things a lot quicker than they normally do. And I think the fact that we were able to kind of disrupt their timing, I think that had a lot to do with it as well.
Right. Now you're talking about pass rush and pass coverage. Mm-hmm. What did you say to Mac Weissner after the game, after the big sack on 3rd and 5 at the end?
Mac has been a huge player for us all year, and he was a terror on the edge that night. He must have had about 3 or 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, but nothing bigger than the second to last play of the game, taking them out of field goal range to where they had to heave it up into the end zone. But basically, I told him that this was going to be, and this was before the game, this was going to be a game he's going to remember for the rest of his life. And go out there and do what you've done to get here. And that's exactly what he's done all year. And I'm just glad he was able to do that on that kind of stage.
Okay, and how about Andrew Masterfano with the clutch interception on 4th down?
I'll tell you, Andrew is he's a great player. He's a great leader. And there's nobody else I would have rather have picked that last ball. He's worked incredibly hard over the last 2 years to make himself a very, very good football player. And I'm glad that the play to seal the state final for us, the ball fell in Andrew's hands.
Looking back on the season, what really stands out to you as the big game or drive or even play that really defined the year?
I think there were 2 things, to be honest with you. I think one was the comeback against Rawley. We were down 20-6 entering the 4th quarter. Rawley at the time was the number 1 team in Union County. We were number 2. Prior to the season, the talk was how good Rawley was going to be. We graduated 18 or 19 starters, so this was going to be a rebuilding year for us, and we thought that we had a great opportunity to really showcase our talents, on the Union County front. And then to come back, being down 14 points, what we did, and score 20 points unanswered in the 4th quarter was just a great win. And then the second time, or the second point of emphasis would be against Warren Hills. Justin Ione, who was the state's leading rusher, or one of them. It was going up on Friday night to Warren Hills, which is a beautiful stadium. But I mean, they're tough at home. And that at halftime, I think we were up maybe 2 or 3 points. It was a close game. It was back and forth, and we really had to find a way to dig deep and win. And we were able to come out of that game victorious as well. So it really led me to believe that this team had a ton of resilience, a ton of pride, and that we could go far into the playoffs.
Absolutely, and not a rebuilding year at all, as was projected. Summit actually finishes 18th in the state in the final Star Ledger Top 20 poll this year. Coach, we're just about out of time, but I have one more question for you. Now, I played college football at McDaniel College in Maryland.
Okay.
And granted, it's a Division III school, but I see some of the players, I don't want to name names, but some of the players on the team certainly do have college football talent.
Yes.
Is anybody, and again, you don't have to name names, is anybody looking to move up onto the next level?
Yeah, we have a couple guys right now, and I have no problem naming them. Charlie Terry is looking to play at the next level. Mac Wiesner, Colin Doherty, Nick Ruiz. These guys are so passionate about playing football. I think the junior class has a ton of talent as well. What's nice about our kids is a lot of them are dual sport athletes. So those that aren't playing football in college are going to go on and play lacrosse. Robbie Walsh is going to play basketball. So we have a lot of kids who are just well-rounded athletes, and that's all you can ask for, especially on the high school level.
All right, well, Coach, we're out of time. Thank you very much again for joining us, and
congratulations
again on the North 2 Group 3 State Championship. We're going back to the news now here on HomeTowne Television.